What's up, YouTube? Back here again with another video, and today it's going to be a quick one. We're going to go take a look at something real quick. As you can see by this little card I have here, we're going to take a look at the Bolt 4-in-1 ESC, and I just wanted to pop in and do this video real quick because this is a very unique ESC, all things considered. Obviously I haven't flown it yet. I don't even have motors hooked to it yet. But I do have it completely built in my build here. I'm still waiting on the motors coming for this, so I mean, once I get the motors, we're going to attach them on and we're going to go from there and see what's what. Now this was a full functioning build, but since I figured since I had new motors coming, it might be easier so I won't have to extend any motor wires. So there you go with that. Now the most obvious thing I imagine you can see is these two great big honking capacitors that I have peeking off the frickin' front of this thing. I mean, do you see the size of these suckers? Alright. This is a 470 35 volt, 470 microfarad. Okay, this is the one that came with the Maytech F405. Can you see the size difference there? Okay, these are 2225 volt, and there's two of them. Alright, this is just the best way I figured out how to get them in there, because there's absolutely no room for them in this particular stack, this build. I'm not even saying that you need both. There's two spots on there. I mean, I guess I should probably have done some research on that, but there is two locations in the front, a positive and a negative pad that said, when I looked online, it said for the capacitors, and they give you two, so I hooked them both up, and that's what I did with them. So if you're struggling to figure out what to do, maybe that's something you can do. I mean, I cut them real short, just kind of bent them and got them going over here. The motor wires will go up underneath and connect to the ESC. The other thing is we got the connector here in the back for your XT60. That was nice and easy to do. There's various pins on top that they have, I don't really need. In the front is where the pin out wire connector goes, and that literally has your battery voltage, ground, your current sensor wire. If you're using a race flight, you can put the current sensor wire on there, or a board that has a current sensor pad. Like this board here actually has a current sensor pad, so some of them are starting to have that. So you get your VBAT, current sensor, ground, 5 volt, motors 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Real simple, because they come out the pin header in the front, and you loop them around and put them in here. Now, I was building this build, and I finally got the lid on, and everything's stacked in here. And honestly, I do not want to take this apart unless I have to, so that's pretty much that. But I just wanted to show kind of the capacitors. That's basically why I popped it into this video. So that's how I have my Bolt mounted. It's on the bottom. There's a Betaflight F3 right there. Signal wires and everything connected to it, and everything's all piled up in there. So look at those things, man. They are freaking huge. So I'm hoping the prop's gonna clear. We might as well take a test. We might as well test this. Let's see, we can test this right on the thing. So if we put the motor here, this is about where it's gonna go. Stick this motor here, put the prop over. Alright, so we will clear. You can see there, plenty of clearance. But if your prop gets bent, guess what? You're going right into the cab. Boom. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but I don't know where else. I mean, imagine these days with the builds that are out there. I mean, I was gonna put this with the Revolt flight controller, but where am I gonna stick those freaking capacitors on this thing? I mean, I got one here and it's already sticking out a mile. Where the hell would I stick the two capacitors coming off the front or even off the side? It'd be freaking ridiculous. So I didn't want to put them on this. My other two frames are too narrow. I got a Hyperlow and a Kados Machine Works frame. There's not enough space up to put two stacks. It's just basically a single stack. Fits well in there. So this is pretty much the only option I had. There you go. So if you have a bolt 4-in-1 ESC, maybe this helps you kind of decide what to do with these ridiculously big capacitors on there. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.